So the RDS Safe Practices calls for an Ascension, and in your being able to get qualified for authorized or certified, you have to demonstrate an Ascension. Now we're going to show you 3 different methods of ascending. The first we're going to do is, if you're using this type of descent device, we're using a Petzl ID today, a D4 would work, any type of S-type descender would work because they work both ways on the rope. So we're also using an ascender. Some refer to this in our industry as a Jumar, but an ascender, you'll notice that it's attached to me, so if I dropped it, it would be tethered off, and also a foot tape or a foot loop. And the way this works, the first way that we're going to show you is what's called the uppercut method. So we can ascend, maybe we've ascended down a little too far from a window, we need to get back up into position, or we're going to show how this really applies to getting released from a rope grab hang in a later segment. So what we do is we attach this ascender to the rope, just like so. It's got an attachment point here. It comes around the rope, drops, kind of like drop the hammer, so to speak, and you'll see that that foot tape then hangs down. We want to try to keep our rope grab up as high as we can. And so this foot tape then, what it does is it's going to go around our foot, just kind of as it describes, and we're going to push this ascender up just slightly so that we can pull up. And as we do, it's an uppercut because we're going to do this motion with this rope. So as I stand up, I uppercut. Now I push this up, again, stand up, and uppercut. Now one mistake that a lot of guys make, and I kind of made it in that one, is that they want to push away from the rope. And so what we want to do is we want to concentrate on is pushing down, all right? And as we go down, we're able to pull that up and cinch it. And you can climb the rope each time you do that. It's called the uppercut method. All right, another way of ascension, and this isn't probably the most efficient way if you're going to go long distances, but sometimes just to get off of a rope grab, maybe we've done a rope grab hang and we're going to demonstrate that in a later video. We just need to go up very slightly to get off of this grab. We might use this method of ascension. And it's kind of, we're going to use the ascender again. We're going to place it on the rope, and we're going to place it up just a little bit above our, so we can still get it. But now what we're going to do is, since we know that this descender works both ways, we're going to take the loop of this rope and we're going to put it up here in this carabiner. Now as I pull, and the nice thing about this is that on a wall, oftentimes a window cleaner has the advantage. He can push off. We're not in midair. So we've got the wall. Now what I can do is, since if I pull this through this descender, it's going to go up. So now if I work the wall and pull that through, it pulls me up. And as I go up higher, I can get up in the air that way. Now, this kind of a small little mechanical advantage here. They do make a carabiner. It's called a roll clip that has a rolling mechanism here, and it helps this method very well. But this is another way. Again, you wouldn't want to go 20 feet this way, but if you just needed to do a small ascension, it's a great way to hook up and rig and get a small ascension out of it. All right, the third way of ascension, and this one will require a little bit more technique because you will have to do what's called a changeover. You're not in your descender. You're going to use what's called a chest ascender. In this particular case, I've got it right here on my harness. It's called a Kroll from Petzl. So I basically put my line that I'm wanting to ride in there and clip down. And you're going to see as the rope travels through, it catches. And so I need to go up on the rope. Now I can sit in the harness. Down in the harness, my chest ascender is on here. I've also got this device, which is attached to me, by the way, here at the harness as well. So I've got 2 points of contact on this line. I want to keep our rope grab up as high as we can. Kind of keep it on your arm there. But this one kind of works like the uppercut method in that we're going to use the foot tape and the ascender. We're going to push up on it. And as we stand up, see that chest? Now I went up. I'm going to go up again. Push up, and I'm going up the rope that way. I'll go one more time, push down, and come up. Now, the issue is once we get in position, let's say we're where we wanted to be on the ascension, Now what we have to do is what's called a changeover. And this is a little bit difficult for many guys because they're not used to it. This is more of a rope access technique than RDS. But you'll notice we wouldn't be able to descend. So what we have to do then is place our descender on the line below the ascender. And we're going to cinch it up as tight there as we can. All right, and lock it off. Okay, so now what we have to do is get out of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our hand descender there. We're going to get on our foot tape again. And what we're going to have to do is stand up out of this, and it's kind of one motion. I'm going to stand up, disconnect this, and set back down into the descender. It's called a changeover. All right, so we stand up, release that, set back down into our descender. Take our descender off, clip it back in. Again, watch your rope grab. Really do want to try to keep it up as high as we can. But now I'm back in descension mode from my ascender, and I can go to the ground.